You are playing video games all day. You know you have chores to do, an assignment deadline is coming, and you would better start working on it. But you just can't stop yourself from gaming. To understand the strategies and tactics, we need to think like you run the company. I will focus on freemium competitive games because they are the most addictive, and many top games on the popular charts feature this business model. How do we get as much money from the gamers as possible as a free game? Now, which of these metrics do you think a company should maximize? One may think that the more balanced the game is, the higher the player satisfaction, the longer the playtime, and the more money you earn. This is, however, wrong. A perfectly balanced game means you have a 50-50 chance of winning on each match, and this actually is something many people complain about. They'll ask questions like, why is the game forcing me towards a 50% win rate? As I get better, should I not win more? And then people will explain with ELO, matchmaking technicalities, your skill, all that bullshit. But that doesn't matter. A perfectly balanced game does not make players feel good. And so game balance is inherently not related to player satisfaction. If the balance is not bad enough for the players to leave, then it's good enough for the company to keep. The next thing, player satisfaction, is being more satisfied after winning a close match make you more likely to start another match. You have likely heard of the term loser's queue. On a fundamental level, it means a loss streak manipulated by the game, but it usually involves tilting and a general low energy for the player. Once you tilt, you play worse. Some might want to end on a win, and so they keep playing after every loss. The tilt and end on a win mentality makes it highly likely that players re-queue after a loss as compared to re-queuing after a win. Here, we get a bizarre observation. Player satisfaction lowered by the loss streak actually leads to longer play time, and so we can see the game balance doesn't directly relate to satisfaction, and the satisfaction doesn't relate to playtime at all. The only thing that matters is to inflate playtime in order to increase revenue. Game balance, player satisfaction, we can throw them all away. We just need to increase playtime. So how do we do that? This brings us to positive feedback system deployed in video games. So what are positive and negative feedback systems? The positive system is the one that pushes you towards the same direction, with the compounding interest of monetary investment being the prime example. More money put in, the higher returns, and if you reinvest your money, you get even higher returns. The negative feedback system is the one that pushes you back to normal and maintain at that level. Best example is body temperature regulation. If you're too hot, you sweat, and if you're too cold, you shiver. As a game company, we want to deploy the positive feedback system. Reward loops or compulsion loop are part of the behavioral influences, consisting of a challenge, reward, anticipation, and repeat. The most common way of applying this loop is the kill monster, get gold, upgrade, or unlock gear process. Once you get your hands on a new piece of gear, you are eager to try it out on the new monsters from the new levels you have just unlocked. Once you finish a loop, you are more likely to perform the action again. This is why mobile gacha games always allow a fast first draw immediately after the tutorial. This is why quitting gaming is so hard, because it's against our nature. Dopamine, contrary to common belief, is not about happiness. It's actually related to motivation and rewarding discovery. If you want to go more evolutionary, think this. A caveman found a new berry, which Grog over there has eaten, and so far he's fine. Get a hit of high, yay, new food. It's nature's way of encouraging us as a species to discover more things. Same for finding a new area to live in, a new animal to hunt and eat. This is why first times hit different. It's a discovery. And how important the dopamine is different. The chemical itself is the same, but the condition that you get it is different. Common theme for bad habits is that they take little effort for you to get the high. How many discoveries could one make in a lifetime back in ancient times? Compare that to now, each real scroll is a potential hit. Each kill you score in a competitive game could be a hit. We, as humans, always find ourselves flowing down the path of least resistance. Why go for the difficult discoveries when I can get rewarded in my brain just playing the games? Now, let's talk about how to break the loop. First step, acknowledge that we are addicted to easy, cheap rewards. The dopamine hit, the high right before chasing another one. The second step is to do physical activities. These activities serve two functions: the first to break bad loops, and the second to create new good loops. You can think of bodyweight exercises like push-ups, jumping jacks, squats, or cardio, jogging, running, biking, and of course, weight training, which is just going to the gym. Bodyweight exercises are not only great as a planned workout, but they also work great as a barrier to bad habits. If you feel craving to do the default action, for many of you is gaming, get down and do 20 push-ups. Then go get a glass of water. What this does is it gives your mind some time to think of better alternatives so you don't default to gaming. Lastly, you can use deep work to readjust your mind. Deep work is something that we'll talk about more in a future video, but the basics of it is to define a task, remove distractions, and set a timer when you work. Alright, that's it for this video. Hope you get something from it and start to take back your time. I'll see you in the next one.